One of the oldest definitions of yoga, one of the first times it's ever used, is in linking your cart to your horse. You're yogaing two things together, meaning you're bringing two things together. And in this very ancient definition of yoga, I think it's so powerful. And it says that the passenger is the soul, or the Atman, right? So your passenger, they're referring to like a chariot with a horse, right? And they're using these are the analogies of how our mind works within yoga. So it says the passenger is the soul, which is so interesting because we think the soul is the deepest part of you. It's like you'll say something like, oh, that person's got a good soul, or, that kind of thing. Where in yoga, your soul is always perfect. Everybody's soul, doesn't matter who they are, it's Sat Chit and mostly Ananda, which is bliss. So it's truth, consciousness, and bliss. That's the opening gambit of yoga, right? Pretty powerful. So when they're referring to this chariot with the horses and the senses and the reins, and they say the passenger is the soul, just kind of along for the ride. And the driver is the buddhi, which is your intellect, like Buddha, right? The awakened one, right? So your buddhi is your intellect. It's the part of you that is like Sherlock Holmes, very logical, will put things together in an order and makes the right decision, right? Calculated. That's your buddhi, your intellect. So the driver, in a good yogic sense, is the buddhi, right? And that is part of your chitta. Chitta is consciousness. So your chitta has different parts. And one of the aspects of your consciousness is the angel on your shoulder, right? That's your buddhi. And then the reins are the mind. This is the part of your body, or that connects your mind to your body in a sensory experience, right? And then we can make decisions based off of this. And one of the easiest ways to do that is watch your appetite and your craving for food, your craving for sugar, right? Your manas is going to tell you need to eat the whole sleeve of Oreos. And, that's not true. Your intellect should step in and say, hey, maybe not the Oreos tonight. Maybe we're going to make some keto cookies with coconut oil and monk fruit and really good grains and, almond flour and that kind of thing. That's your buddhi stepping in, right? And the horses in this experiment with the chariot, right? The horses are your senses. Right? So your mind, your manas they're the reins, and they're going to pull in on the senses, right? To restrain them, right? And to keep them in check. And then the buddhi, who's controlling the reins. Your intellect is controlling how you interact with your body in a sensory experience. And then who is the passenger is the soul. Just along for the ride, coming along on this great journey. And the soul never gets touched. The soul is always pure. It is Sat Chit and mostly Ananda.